Find me on a lovely, fresh, crisp August morning. I'm going for a little northern adventure. Currently in a place called Wetheral. I'm going to go into Carlisle, going to see the castle, the Citadel, Cathedral, and then go through somewhere called Rickaby Park. So I'm going to go and look at some stuff there, and then moving out towards some Hadrian's wall pieces. A little bit of ancient history. Hopefully somewhere new for you to look at and maybe enjoy. Some quiet roads, and yes, it's got a few hills in for good measure. So Carlisle is situated to the north of England, on the border of Scotland. It's where the infamous Hadrian's Wall was built, through Carlisle all the way to Newcastle area. So to the south is a lovely lake district, so ideally placed, very nice. Sometimes you get a little bit of sun, and that's today. This is coming into a place called Scotby. This lovely old building. So the route itself is an elongated figure of 8, just something I put together. Lots of things to do in this area. Whatever I put in the video, there's always more to see. I'll give you a snapshot, I won't show you everything. What I want you to do is, if it interests you, come to this area yourself and have a look. I do this for me, and if it helps you, then we'll both win. That's us crossing the M6. We're just moving into Carlisle now, and this place I'm coming into is a place called Botcherby. I remember when I was a youth, hanging around here. So I've got a little bit of a built-up area, through a park, and then before I know it, I'm in the town centre. So I'm just going to go and cross the River Petrel. Wouldn't be a ride without any cobbles, would it? See all these old terraced houses. So don't think it's always this quiet, just that way. 7 o'clock, 7:20 in the morning. I mean, look at this legend. Yeah, man, who goes running around with the Union flag in the morning? I'm not complaining. Nah, where I was born. So I'm just heading towards the Citadel. Carlisle is known as a great border city. The centre was known as Luguvalium during the Roman occupation. It is here that an important fort, troops and civilians were located. Since those early days, the city has expanded a fair bit. The city has some beautiful, well-preserved ancient buildings, such as the Cathedral, the Castle and the Citadel. This magnificent medieval structure was part of the city walls. Its perimeter was approximately 1.4 miles, which was connected all the way to the castle. Constructed in the 1540s on the orders of King Henry VIII, this citadel was built to replace the medieval Botcher Gate, which was an earlier wooden fortress. The order was to significantly strengthen this area as a military stronghold fortress, part of a national defence and artillery platform to fight off invaders. The construction was completed in 1541, but as with most things, time moved on and the use had changed. By the 1600s it was converted into a jail, known for escaping prisoners, leading it to be relocated. Its use then shifted to becoming the county courts in the 1800s. The Eastern Tower converted into civil courts, Western Tower as criminal courts. In most recent times it had become county council offices. When I was filming, there was a lot of construction being carried out, which is part of the plans to integrate these Grade 1 listed buildings into a new university campus, giving them a new use. Lots of building work
being done. So I'm just popping through the town centre, heading towards the cathedral now. You can see there's still quite a few old buildings about.
Carlisle Cathedral is a Grade 1 listed Anglican cathedral, created out of local red and calciferous squared sandstone block. This sacred ground originally started out as a Norman priory church, which later became a cathedral in 1133. It is the second smallest of England's ancient cathedrals, beautifully decorated with English Gothic styling throughout, including my favourite, gargoyles. In the 15th and 16th centuries, the monastic buildings were renewed. During the English Civil War of 1646, part of the nave was demolished by the Scottish Presbyterian Army, which was used to reinforce the castle. Between 1853 and 1870, the cathedral was restored.
A lovely grounds this. Amazing, I got to fly the drone without being attacked by seagulls. But not as amazing as this building. First glimpse of the castle. So most recently, Carlisle's been like, I'd probably say an industrial city. So in front of us we've got McVitie's biscuit factory, outskirts of town. You've got Pirelli tyre factory. But in front of us you can see the big chimney in there. That is 88 metres of chimney. Used to be 93. It's known as Dixons Chimney. It was England's largest cotton mill, an area called Shadongate. Going under the road now. It's different lorries named on the floor.
One of the most besieged castles in England, Carlisle Castle guarded the western end of the Anglo-Scottish border for hundreds of years, playing a pivotal role in the wars between England and Scotland until these crowns were united in 1603. First built during the reign of William II in 1092 as a wooden fortification. It was later rebuilt as a stone structure by Henry I in 1122, making it well over 900 years old, which is quite surprising having survived 7 sieges between 1174 and 1461. Its design is a stone keep and medieval fortress made out of grey sandstone, which originates back to the 12th century, and red sandstone, which was used in later periods. Roman recycled stones from the likes of Hadrian's Wall can be found within the complex. One of the most famous prisoners held was Mary Queen of Scots, who was held in the Warden's Tower in 1568. She was not your typical prisoner and was allowed walks on the grass in front of the castle, which is now known as Ladies' Walk. Unlike most medieval castles, it has been continuously occupied since its early beginnings. Today, the castle is managed by the English Heritage.
That's us leaving the castle, heading towards Eden Bridge. There's recently been a archaeological dig for a Roman site. This area is synonymous with Romans and Roman period. I don't know what I can see of it because I haven't been following it. I know it's there. This bit further north that we're coming to now, over the bridge, is called Stanwix. So that originally wasn't part of Carlisle until I believe 1912. This bridge was widened in 1931. To the right, you can just see over there is the Ornamental gardens. There used to be terraced houses on there. We'll just switch back because it was that steep. But I'm going to have a look both sides. On here, where it's all been filled in, that's where the archaeological dig site, that's where it was. Roman fortifications, start of Hadrian's Wall.
Eden Bridge Gardens. For many years these gardens have been known as Chinese gardens. However, there's nothing Chinese about them in design. They are ornamental gardens situated for everyone to enjoy overlooking the River Eden.
So Eden Terrace was demolished to allow the widening of the bridge in 1932. The river was dredged in 1951 and a piece of the old pre-spec bridge was uncovered. You can see how steep this bit is on here. So I've altered my route ever so slightly. I was going to go on the main road, which is just off to the left, maybe a quarter of a mile. Rickaby Park. It's a nice space. Everyone's walking their dogs and fishing and having runs. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go to the Cenotaph and the Memorial Bridge, also known as the Suspension Bridge. We'll talk about them when we get there. For now, I'm going to enjoy this. First stop's going to be the Cenotaph, which is this thing to the right. I believe it's 12 metres in height. And it was first dedicated 1922 for World War I. And later on it was added for the other conflicts. So I'm going to have a look at it. Of course, of Cumberland and Westmoreland in the old style.
The Memorial Bridge, or Suspension Bridge as is better known, stands above the rivers Petrel and Eden as they converge. It was constructed by local craftsmen in 1922, spanning an impressive 200 feet with approximately 100 tons of steel used in its design. The official opening was on the 25th of May 1922 and was dedicated at the same time as the Cenotaph. Having stood proud for more than a century, it still offers pedestrians and cyclists a link to the east of the city, and is not only an entry to this quaint but beautiful spot, but a place to sit back, relax and enjoy.
Hello, Mr. Nosey.
Have a good day, Carl.
Oh, you too. So I'm making my way out of Rickaby Park. It's got another little bit to do. It's nice. And it's a little tower I want to look at. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically a decorative tower, and it's thought to, it's like Victorian, and it's thought to have housed pigeons, would you believe? Yeah, this is what the Victorians did. They just made random things that they liked. Treated with a little cycle lane. Still having a good time. So I made myself a little route card, 10 miles in. So the next thing I'm looking at is Irvington St Kentigern Church. So we've got a little bit of a break, but there is some elevation in this route, so I'll probably start getting some hills shortly. Nothing excessive, but I am enjoying these quiet country lanes. Swifts and starlings. Turning right. Lord of the Manor. I think this road's all mine. Might have to sing to myself or something, but I'll save you the pain. Love these houses. That's the one busy road I've just crossed. I was only on there for 50 metres, give or take, on and off. Back to country, quiet lanes, in my element. This is Carlisle Airport. Looks a lot different from when I was here last. A little bit more money spent on it by the look of it. Something about riding under the trees I really love. Graveyard this. Little climb coming up, I don't know how far it is. Next target is Brampton. Got 2 things to see there. 20-mile point really, just under halfway when we get to there. Carlisle took quite a bit of time up there because there's quite a lot to see. And then we're moving a lot quicker in the countryside. Very appealing. I'm enjoying this. What goes up must go down. Eden Bank. I made it to Brampton. Just got myself some spare water. It's a little bit warmer than I anticipated, so better to stock up now than before I run out. This here is the Howard Memorial Shelter, built in the 1930s to commemorate the 9th Earl of Carlisle, George James Howard, and his wife. Memorials dedicated to them, and they both lived for sort of mid-1800s to the early 1900s. 1921, I think his wife occupied. Up there's a monument on the moat, surrounded by trees, and it's really hidden from view. The statue is in memorial of George Howard, the 7th Earl of Carlisle. It's a Grade 2 listed monument. It's a nice little spot. According to the sign back there, this is the start of the Hadrians Wall tourist section. I'm aiming for the line across, which has got a bridge I want to see, and then we'll move a bit further on. I'm going to head towards Gisland, place I've been before, near RAF Spade Hadham. I'm not going all quite as far as that. I'm going to stop short. I'm looking for the big long straight road. Must be a Roman road. And on there's bits of Hadrian's Wall. There'll be some things to see before that, but this is good. Absolutely stunning. This is a River Irvine, looking a bit murky dirty. This is the Old Bridge, as in literally called the Old Bridge. It's constructed in 1724 by local masons. It replaced a sort of an earlier bridge. Today it's unsuitable for motorised traffic. So that's the road that people use now. This is the old one, so still here for us to enjoy. It's nice. Very nice. Lanacross Priory is just in the distance over the trees over there. It was founded just close to 1169 to house the Augustine canons. The exact date is not truly known. It's one of Cumbria's best preserved monasteries. Part of its 13th century church is still in use today. Got some eagles coming. So the next mile 10, little elevation. It's coming up here. I think this is a joke, this. Maybe 10% banks.
This part of the route was a Lanacross to Birdoswald via bank section, which is about 5 miles in length. Riding on a minor but scenic road that started off with a bit of a hill climb, but if you know me, I ain't afraid of a climb.
I could be sweating, just a little bit, but I'm making it up.
The road follows a section of Hadrian's Wall, passing several Roman remains like turrets and mile castles, and it's a place I'll never get bored of.
I wouldn't have wanted to be stationed on that hill there, getting up and down that every day. I was about half a mile to Piper Syke turret next, I believe. And thankfully it's a little bit downhill. Temperatures just dropped because of that cloud there. And it is the Piper Syke, as I mentioned, a frontier watchtower. Very similar to the last one. It wasn't just a small structure, it was quite wide and really tall. Just imagine the size of it and the effort to build it. I mean, I think it'd get a little busy. We're going to Birdoswald, and then not long after there's like a fort. I might go to it, I might not, but I'm expecting more people there. And some more of the wall appeared. Obviously not as wide on this point, but it would have been much wider in the time when it was built.
First cleared for the building of Hadrian's Wall in 122 AD, Birdoswald was used to garrison over 800 infantrymen in its heyday, up until about 400 AD. It is one of 16 Roman fort locations that were positioned along the wall. The fort itself was reoccupied in the Middle Ages and was a target for raids by the border reivers in the 16th century. These remains are one of the best preserved that still exist today. Since 2004, English Heritage has been responsible for this fort.
I think that's all the Roman Hadrian's Wall finished with. Back into a climb and then head back towards Carlisle. A lot of tourists appearing this time of the morning out there. And this hill currently is 11%, 12%. And I'm trying to talk to the camera. There. I've made it. Tell you what, the roads here have been absolutely brilliant. Hi. It's a paradise for cyclists, this road. Absolutely beautiful. With that speed finished with a little bit more uphill. It's not too steep, they're alright. I suppose it gives me more time to think and enjoy. It's not a race. There's another hill finished. I'm on another long straight road going towards Walton. Yes, all good. Going to plan. Birds are going back and forward. Wonder what they're up to at this time of day. Stop for a snack. Somewhere quiet. Away from horseflies. Butterflies all the way along here. It's got a little bit grayer, but the cooler temperatures that come with it is much more manageable. So I ain't complaining. Not at all. I'm just rolling towards Walton now. So there should be a St Mary's Church. I've got marked on the map. So this church was built in 1869 to 1870, and it's actually on the site of a medieval church. So it wasn't the first structure that was here. But again, we've got sort of old headstones and new headstones on this side. So new to old. You've got Celtic style. early 1900s. They're all different in design. What I've seen on these headstones have all lived to a good old age, so I don't know whether there's some sort of like well-to-do families that come in here and have lived longer. I'm not saying that. There's one there that died 45, so I might be caught talking rubbish. So there's a really small village that, not much else to see, and back out with some terrific views. So this point is closing the top of the figure of 8 loop that I'm doing off, so I'm just going to be joining the road I've already been on. So Longtown to the right, and then we've got Brampton to the left. So I didn't film the bit of the road that I'd done earlier, but the only difference is it was a lot busier this time of day, so it's early afternoon now. But compared to a lot of roads I ride on, it wasn't as busy as them, but I noticed. I'm out of breath because I went on the A69 just a short bit. It's busy, it's wide enough, but you never know. Nice little stream next to me, short incline. Let's make this count. Come on, hang in there. Get those cranks all cranked up. Funny guy. Surprise! Got a double kicker. I got around the corner and I was like, it continues. There's just no cars on here. Made it. Coming into Hayton. There's some good farm smells here. As soon as you get out of Carlisle, you have a distinctive country feel to everything. Straight into farmers' land, lots of cows and sheep. So I was on this road yesterday, so I'm now familiar with it. It's going to take us over to Wetheral by the Viaduct. And this is Great Corby. Yeah, so the route's going to end on here, but I'm going to take a left, which goes over the Wetheral Viaduct. It's passable. Pedestrians have right of way, and that'll bring me back into Wetheral. I've got a few things to talk about there, and then that'll be a wrap for today. So we're not finished yet. Stick with us, and we'll get this done. The train line goes itself from Newcastle to Carlisle, or Carlisle to Newcastle, whichever way you look at it.
Wetheral Parish Church stands on the banks above the River Eden. It's a place of historical significance that is tied to the Holy Trinity and St Constantine. This beautiful sandstone church is one of only 2 churches in England dedicated to a man called Constantine. It's much more common in Scotland. Wetheral is situated on the banks overlooking the River Eden. So we can see we're surrounded by ancient woodland
Some of my earliest memories are actually coming down here. And this bit of river that's in front of me, ironically has a sign that says bathing at this point is dangerous. I actually crossed that river, it went up to my neck and there was some undercurrent, so I wouldn't advise going into it. Viaducts over there. And then along this track here we've got Constatines Caves. I'm just walking along this bit, there's quite a few people walking here and it's sandy, so the safer option is to walk. We've got some sort of caves on that side there, some steps to walk up. Right, I know the caves are down here somewhere, so I'm riding along this bit. There doesn't seem to be, people just stopped where the water was. I haven't seen anybody coming down here. So I'm going to go on a little bit and have a look, and if not, I'm going to go and find a priory and then call it a wrap. So this point's a woodland bit, and then I'm not going to ride through here. Shouldn't be too far away for these caves now. Yeah, big roots. Oh, that helps. I see all the natural sandstone. So I said these caves were used to store grain. And you can see by the position of them, they weren't that easy to get to from the land, over by the water, unless you actually knew they were here. Yeah, right, we're just about there now.
So after a bit of a trek, I made it to the caves.
So these steps were never here originally. It was just a wooden ladder. That's how they used to get up and down to these caves. The caves had, I think, 2 or 3 windows.
These are often referred to as St. Constantine cells. They were constructed into the banks above the River Eden.
Not the best to walk in cycling shoes down here.
Three-chambered in design, these caves were used by the priory monks. The priory itself we'll visit shortly.
What we've got left of the cave.
This is all dated to around the 14th century, and the primary use was to store grain and was a local safeguard place.
You can tell the temperature change.
It was also known to have been used as a hiding place during the Scottish incursion.
It's cool in here. Yeah. And it just looks over the river.
The caves are littered with wall inscriptions.
Lots of inscriptions on the side. And up here, some of it will be old, some of it will be new. Somebody stamped this in 1833. I wonder whether that's when they put the steps in, because it would have been after the Middle Ages. See the different layers as well, geology layers. Yeah. We've got some tree roots up there. That's enough. We've got a long walk back and then a steep hill to get back up into Wetheral. So I managed to sneak out of a different route. So I come out not the way I came in. It's brought me to the Priory, which is perfect.
Wetheral Priory Gatehouse was a house of the Benedictine order dedicated to the Holy Trinity and St. Constantine. It was founded in 1106. This would have been the main entrance to the monastic outer court. In its present form, this gatehouse is all that remains of the 15th century stone fortification, which was dissolved in the Middle Ages around 1538. Later this building became a fortified vicarage and a defence against the border raiders. It contains 2 stories of rooms, with the outer building made of red sandstone, which you've seen throughout this video is synonymous with this area.
So I'm going to finish the video here. I've had a really good day out, some different things to see. I've been to places I haven't been for 30 something years, so I've really enjoyed that. It's about 7 hours it's taken all in today, but that's a lot of messing about, a lot of getting the drone up and drone down, but it has been fun. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Until next time, go and find somebody else to watch.